You're listening to Mike James Rock Show with Dan and Mike.
Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show, and this guy needs no introductions because he's been on the show so many times, but I will say, welcome back, Frank Turner.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm really good, man. How are you?
I'm all right. Have you been here? We're at 2000 Trees. Have you been here for the whole weekend?
Been here for about 20 minutes.
Okay, fantastic.
So,
me too.
Yeah. So, no mud on the boots or anything.
We're imposters. We're latecomers.
Yeah. And this is your festival as well.
Yeah.
So you seem to be here since its inception.
I did play the first year, and I've played this festival approximately 900,000 times.
So still some catching up to do.
Yes, yeah. No, it's lovely. And James and the crew who run the festival are dear friends. And I mean, I guess the thing is that to the extent that I fit into any musical categories, which is debatable, I think. I hope so. But I feel like 2000 Trees is kind of the epicenter of whatever quote-unquote scene that I might fit into. I just feel very at home when I'm here.
Yeah, it is very homely, isn't it? And it's right in the centre of England as well.
Yeah, totally. And there's just tons of friends, tons of bands that I know. You know, the vibe is always very familial, should we say? Yeah.
Have they ever approached you to actually curate a stage yet? Or is that next?
Kind of. I mean, Extra Mile have had a stage here, the label that I'm with, so that's been a thing a few times. Not more than that though, but I'm ready.
There we go, 2025, Frank's going to do it all. You've heard it here first on the Mike James Rock Show. It's been a couple of months since the album drop. How's it being perceived so far?
Pretty good, I think. I mean, I'm still very keen on the album, which I know that sounds mad, but I'm not always. Quite often, because there's a time delay before release, between recording and release.
Yeah.
I finished the record last summer.
Oh, blimey.
And so quite often, by this point in an album cycle, I'm a bit move on. And I really don't feel like that with this record. And
that's cool.
I'm the wrong person to talk about this in many ways, but it feels like there's a bit of a kind of word of mouth thing about this record. I think that people are. It's like, do you remember that Frank Turner guy? He's done a good one.
Nice.
And I mean,
that's the power of social media nowadays.
I think they're all good. But do you know what I mean? It's definitely a bit of a vibe that it's a record worth listening to, and that's really gratifying. I'm very grateful for it.
Nice. Have you started tinkering for new music at all yet?
Not really, to be honest.
Okay.
And again, usually by this point, I've got a couple of songs in the bag.
That's what triggered that question, really.
Yeah, but I think that, first of all, 10 albums, that's a lot of albums.
That is, yeah.
And there's a part of me that thinks that we'll tour this one for ages, which is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll do some 10-year anniversary shows after that.
They're all good. Yeah, they'll all start ticking over now.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Anniversary shows for the next 5 years or so.
There's a lot of time. Yeah. I mean, my tour schedule for this record runs through till easily the end of next year and probably later than that. So there's time.
Yeah. Does that include curating your stage at 2000 Trees next year?
It does now.
2 plugs in. I know Dan spoke with you when the album was released, but since then you've had, as always, quite a hectic life. But you did the... was it 12 gigs in 24 hours? Or
15.
Was it 15 gigs in 24 hours?
15 shows in 15 cities in 24 hours.
How did that go down in the end?
It was awful.
Yeah?
Physically. I should say, the shows were cool, the audiences were cool. The physicality of doing it was nightmarish. And my crew, who did it with me, both before, during and after, were saying 2 things. They were saying, this was your idea. And secondly, we're never doing anything like this again. And by the end of it, I was like, yeah, we're never doing this again.
Was it worth it, though?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, it was worth, it was a hook to hang some album promo off and all the rest, and that did the business. More importantly, every show was at an independent venue, every show was ticketed by an independent record store, and from some angles, it was a way of kind of directing my album budget at small venues. So
and that's what needs the help at the moment. We've got these huge, mega huge arenas, but it's the bands that fill the locals that are going to fill the arenas.
Right.
So you've got to go
the
there
R&D
first.
department of the arenas.
So very much so. So you did that, and then you've just been crazy doing festivals or something. I saw you at
I just got back from an American tour that was awesome. We were out with Amigo the Devil, who are my new favourite band. So that was cool. Now got UK tour festivals, then we're back to America and Canada, and then Europe, and then Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan. you know.
So it's just Antarctica left to go then.
It is, you know, and it's funny you should say that.
No.
I mean, well, Metallica played there once.
They did, yeah.
And that filled me with jealous rage.
And it's probably a lot less, you know, logistical to just strap a guitar to your back and jump
I'd
on a
probably
boat.
do it solo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't think the Sleeping Souls would be up for going there.
Well, they probably would. The question is whether I could afford to take it or not. It's quite far.
That's true. They're playing this weekend as well.
Unfortunately, they weren't able to play in the end.
Oh, were they not?
Their singer, who's my guitar tech, had some family issues to attend to, so unfortunately they weren't able to play. But the rest of them are here, obviously, and we are going to play. They're going to play with me.
Nice. Because you're doing 2 official sets, I believe, here at 2000 Trees, and then I just saw on your Instagram you're doing a question mark set much later when it's dark tonight.
Yeah. I mean, where could that possibly be?
Well, if memory serves me right, when I was here last time, which I think was 18 or 19, you did a secret set in the actual campsite.
Well, there's an area of the campsite that's named after me.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Camp Turner. So it feels like it would be remiss of me.
So you have got your own stage curated.
Yeah. Well, they have bands playing. I'm not consulted about who.
So it's just a secret gig in the campsite.
I mean, maybe. When's this going out?
Oh, not till after the festival.
Fine. Yes, I'm playing Camp Turner at 11 p.m.
There you go.
He said, "I'm the worst. I'm terrible at keeping secrets."
hence the plate on your
yes,
on your socials.
I know. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if there were some people there.
Yeah. How was Glastonbury, by the way?
Glastonbury was good. I played at Stromerville, which is sort of home turf for me.
Yes.
So that was nice, and then Avalon and Greenpeace as well. So yeah, I mean, Glastonbury's Glastonbury. It's just this monumental, monolithic event.
Yeah.
And it was busy. They closed down Stromerville 4 hours before I was due to play because there was too many people, and that made me feel popular.
That's cool. I like that. So perhaps you could fill these venues.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
The bigger ones, you know, the mega arenas. Obviously, Glastonbury was pre-election. You're now touring post-election.
Yes.
Have you found any differences so far from the people?
I think it's early days in terms of anything political. I will say I was very pleased with the election result.
I think a lot of people were.
You know, I'm not like a die-hard Keir Starmer fan, but I'm very pleased that the last lot got told off. And I think that, broadly speaking, change is good in a democratic society. So
I believe so.
You know, I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see what happens going forward.
Do you think the new government will make it easier for touring international? Because you're an international touring actor.
You know what? I hope so. I'll be honest, I'm not knee-deep in the weeds of that kind of discussion. Okay. I know people who are.
Yeah.
And they're better at that than me. Of course,
so
I will defer to people like Mark David from the Venue Trust or whatever. They're doing a lot of that work.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, at the very least, there's more cultural alignment between my sector and this government. This is a very diplomatic way.
It's very diplomatic,
isn't it? Yeah.
But you're doing well.
Yeah. So I find it hard to see how it would be worse.
No, that's fair enough. And like we said earlier, even if we can just get more people into smaller venues by
definitely
doing something or other with the government that can ease taxes or something or other that can get people back out there. And there's so many musicians, especially now after a pandemic where the whole world has gone through. People have been picking up guitars and instruments, and now's the time to get out and
definitely. I do feel like a lot of what one of my potentially useful roles right now is kind of. I feel like there's sort of, you know, there's a generation's too strong a word, but there's a few school years, if you like, of kids who miss the bit where you go to your first gig because they were locked in the house.
Exactly, yeah.
And like, I have nieces and nephews who think that going to a gig costs 400 quid and there's an arena.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
And sometimes it does, but it's like you know, you could spend a tenner and go to the place that's at the end of your road
and see 4 or 5 bands that are absolutely kick-ass.
And even if they're terrible, you get to laugh about it with your mates and it didn't cost that much.
But you can also, in 10 years' time, go, I saw that band with like 30 people in the bar staff, and now look at 30,000 people.
Exactly. You know, you can get on board with new stuff and all that, and it's a different experience seeing a show in a small venue to a big venue. I'm not cussing either one of them out. No. They both have their place.
Oh,
you know?
100%, yeah.
But like, personally, my taste tends to lean towards the smaller venue.
Yeah, I understand that, because you can get up close and personal.
Yeah, you get sweated on.
Sweat.
Yeah,
our local's the Cavern in Exeter, and you've played there loads, and that's a very, very sweaty club.
I love that place.
Cool.
Pippa and the whole crew down there, amazing.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get you back in Exeter soon.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
What a perfect way to end the interview. So hopefully we'll see you on home turf very soon.
I'm a winker.
Cheers, Frank. Thanks very much for joining us on the Mike James Rock Show.
Thank you.
Right, it's Dan from the Mike James Rock Show, and I've got 3 members of Lonely the Brave with me. You guys are back.
We are back.
And this is your only festival, I believe, this summer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an exclusive. It's an exclusive. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
No worries, it was me personally that did it.
Perfect. Thanks for having us. Brilliant.
Oh, man.
Can't wait.
So it's a few hours out from your performance. You guys are on at like 7 tonight, aren't you?
Yeah.
And it's a bit silly to ask at this stage, are you looking forward to it? But I understand a lot of thought's gone into this set. There's some new stuff, there's some old stuff. And, well, how are you guys feeling about it, given it's been a while?
Yeah, I'm feeling really confident. It's going to be one of the best sets we've ever played.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm really confident at this point. Yeah, it's just a mixture. It's a mixture of old and new. Some hits in there, I don't know. We're just trying to give everyone something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
say. So people that have discovered you off, because you've had quite a good few months on the new album, at least from our perspective you had. Has it been good for you guys since the album dropped?
Yeah, it's been a weird one for us. I mean, we released the album and then, unfortunate circumstances, we haven't been able to tour. So this is why this is our only show of the summer.
Wow.
So there's been a lot going on, but that's why it's good to be back. We're just so grateful and happy to be at this festival in particular. I mean, we were here a couple of years ago, and honestly, I mean, we've done a lot of shows over the years, but the last one here, and I'm sure the other guys will vouch for this as well, was unreal, absolutely unreal. So the audience reaction just blew us away, and especially playing new songs and people really vibing with that and enjoying it was really special. So we're really looking forward to later on.
So is it like the first time that you actually get to gauge crowd reaction on the new stuff?
We played some of these already, but we had a little run of shows. Sort of.
We did 2 album release shows, one in London, one in Cambridge, and then a few sort of acoustic in-store things. So yeah, but I mean we haven't had a chance to tour it properly. We certainly haven't had a chance to play at a festival yet. So it's going to be in many ways it's a first
emotional,
first time. For
amazing. And do you guys, you obviously may not be able to say because plans, but I imagine you still want to get out on tour at some point for the new album.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There's plans in the works. So yeah, watch this space.
I know that's the most frustrating thing I can ask. Is
not at all, man. It's cool.
Watch social media. Find out when we say.
How bad is that though? You have to watch social media. It's like,
the trouble is we don't really know ourselves yet, so there's a few logistics to work out and so on. So
once you've worked out,
we'll we'll let you know definitely.
So, what sort of favourites do you guys have off the new album? Like, what's your personal sort of favourite tracks?
I like Our Sketch Out because it reminds me of The Cure, which I was listening to a lot at the time of the song, which is why all the lyrics are like really sort of mundane and kind of like, I don't know, just really just a rounded song.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that we got a chance to add strings to this one. I kind of put like an arrangement together that was pretty simple, but they all felt like I don't know. I just felt like it just added a little bit of emotion and just kind of does what the band have always felt like kind of like a heart on sleeve emotion at the front kind of band. So I just felt like they added something to that, and that's one of them where they're heavily featured. So nice. Yeah, that's my vibe here.
I think I like the Bear probably for the same sort of reasons. Really, it's a very emotional song, really, and it's not the obvious one off the record, but it's a bit slower and sort of moodier, let's say, than some of them. But yeah.
I mean, you got me with strings, to be fair. If a song has strings, then I'm pretty much there for it, you know.
Yeah, 100%. I have to say the Bear as well. I'm a bit of a sucker for our darker, moodier stuff. And that track in particular, I mean, and knowing what he won't say, but knowing what it actually means to him as well, and for all of us as well, it's a special song. So yeah.
Awesome. Now, putting you on the spot again, is it being played later? Like, is that one of the ones that made it to the set list?
I was going to say we can't possibly tell, but Bush just said no, so no, it's not. I don't think it's particularly. I don't think it's particularly a festival track. It's it's a slow, broody kind of builder. Although the end of it maybe, but yeah, we played it a couple of times live last year, which was really good fun. But yeah, no, we've gone for some bangers instead.
A party set rather than that's fair. It means that you got something to look forward to when you get a bit more time to work with on your own tour, that sort of thing.
100%.
Anyway, guys, thanks for taking a couple of minutes to chat to us.
Thank you, man.
Me and you have got very close during this interview, so I'll see you in the
Bush is a great cuddler. He's the best.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, man.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Nice one.
Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. We're here at 2000 Trees and Kid Bookie's joined us. How's it going, my friend?
Partially great, partially wonderful. Not too bad.
Stuff. You've got a new album coming out soon.
I do have a new album coming out soon.
With a most amazing title to it. How did you come up with that?
Because I think, like everything, you start at one place and you go through the zeitgeist and then it comes to an end. So just like an album, you start at track one, go through the journey of time until it finishes, and then there we are dead. So songs for the living until we are dead.
That's perfect. I love that, man. That's so good. You're also booked to play a festival on our front door, basically, down in Torquay at the end of August.
Oh, burn it down.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Cool. We'll probably catch up with you and have a proper chin wag then, but I just wanted to touch base and say hi, welcome to the show, and sort of good luck with the album.
I love it when basses touch. It's a very cathartic, symbiotic experience. Have them.
So, we haven't got a lot of time to talk. When's the album out, and what's the lead tracks off it for our audience to go and deep dive into it?
September the 13th is when it's released. I'll be doing an in-store tour around the UK. The 3 songs that I have released so far are AI, Save Yourself, Scars, and Love Me When You're Angry. And if you get to listen to them and you enjoy them, hopefully give a more and stay on this journey for the next 40 years.
There we go. That's how you do an interview, short and sweet at a festival. Thank you very much, Kid Bookie.
Go yourself, Jesus.